Okay, we're going to do another adaptive family. So let's go down to generic model adaptive. And we open up here. And again, we remember from the last assignment, we have these planes preset. So here, what I want to do, I want to go and I want to change this background for this one. And I'm going to just say none. And we're going to apply. And we hit OK. Now, the first thing we want to do here is we want to go in and we want to create in the draw panel on this plane. We want to add 4 points. So let's say one here, and one there, one there, and one there. And we want to hit the modify key to escape out of that. The next thing we want to do now is, since we have our 4 points set, we want to select all of the points and click where it says make adaptive. So we made these 4 points adaptive and then numbered as such. Good. Now, what we like to do next is we want to go and draw reference line, and we want to make sure we have 3D snapping selected, and we want to draw a line from this point to that point. And there. And we'll hit the modify tab to close out of the point. Now, the next thing we want to do is we want to add another point from the draw panel. And here, we want to go and make sure we're on draw on plane. Sorry, draw on face. And then we'll see another point here. So you notice right if it's small and you would click it, and you see it has this little bitty plane on it, because we're going to draw a reference or a profile that sweeps around this form we're going to make, or it's basically going to be a tool. That's what we're going to call this. Okay, so now what we have here is we have this form. So now we want to go in the reference, and at this point we want to turn 3D snapping off, and we want to just simply draw a line. Let's use the blue line for our guide. A line across just here. We want to go down until we see the blue line come across. Let's close this on the modify key to make sure we're done. So now what we want to do in this assignment, unlike the last, we want to give this parameters. So let's just go to the tab key, and we'll make this a permanent dimension from using the space, the little dimension bar that we learned before, and then we'll grab this guy and we'll make him a label or a parameter, and we'll call this tube width, and it'll be a type parameter, and we'll say OK. And we'll do the same for this one. If we can see, we can do this. Okay, we don't get a permanent dimension, so what we'll do is we'll just add a dimension in here and give it a parameter as well. So that's 110. We'll just do this. We'll just make this easy for ourselves. Just select it, and we'll go to label, and we'll just give that same parameter. Now we've got a square shape. So now, from this point, we've got our parameters here. So let's go in and create tab in our type selector, family type selector, and let's see if this guy flexes. So let's go here and let's say 1. Click apply. Okay, looks like it's working, I think. Let's do 3. Click apply. Seems to be working okay. So let's go back to 1. And here we want to add types. So let's add 3 different types for 3 different sizes. So what we'll do now at this point, we'll hit the new type selector. We'll call this type 1, and this will be type 1, and it will be 1 for the size, and let's say okay. And 1 is already associated. So we'll do a new type, and we'll go 2. And we'll hit okay. And now we need to change the width here to 2. Click apply. Let's do a third type. This will be 3. Okay. And then type 3 will have the 3. And apply. Okay. So now we should be able to go back again into our types. And we should be able to select 2. Yes, and it's down to size 2. Okay, so now that's all good and fine. So now let's do our geometry. Let's start it at, I want to just start this at 1, the first type. It doesn't matter, it shouldn't matter. Okay, now we're at 1. So like we did before, what you do is you'll select our profile, and then we'll select our form, and then we'll go to create form, solid form. Okay, let me see, undo that. I'm sorry, I made a mistake somewhere. Gotta be very careful. Hit control, and then create form. There's our tool. And there we've got our adaptive points, so we can, we can do a lot of different things here. So now what we want to do now is we have our tool. So let's select materials for this for each type. So we'll pick this guy, and we go into our properties dialog box, and we can select the little button there, and then go below and say new parameter, and we're going to call this tube material. And we'll say okay. And we'll say okay. So now what should happen when we go into our types dialog box again, and there we'll have a parameter for our tube. So that one is the number 2. So since we're in this one, let's just go ahead and give this a material. So for our number 2 type, let's say we want to give this it doesn't matter really. I'm just going to say I'll go with our galvanized steel, since we used that a bit. So galvanized steel, add it to the materials, select use render appearance, see the appearance if you like, apply, okay. So that's the material for our number 2. So let's go into our first type, and we'll add a material for this one. And let's make this one wood. Appearance. Graphics, you want to use rendered appearance. Apply. Okay. And then our third one, use any materials you like. You can create your own materials as we've done before. Let's make this something interesting. Let's make this one stone. And we got that selected. We want to use rendered appearance. Apply. Okay. Apply. Okay. So now we have our 3 types. So it's already in type 3. So let's go to shaded view. And there's our type 3. I think we use stone. Let's look at it in realistic. Yeah, that was our stone. So now we can go now back into our type selector, and we can change this to type number 1. So we have the 1 foot in that type with that material. So this is basically how you do adaptive families. Now, once we go into the model and we create our model, let's do the other type. So we have the 2. Let's look at our 2, and that was our galvanized. So click apply. Okay, so our number 2 is galvanized. So this is how you do an adaptive family with parameters and materials. So it's very simple. We want to go and look at a default family if you like, default project. Let's use the default construction template. Window tile these. Let's load this entire project. And you see how this works? Now you can grab these points. Oops. So the adaptive points are adjustable and they can move around and whatever. But the whole purpose of this assignment really is to get you to see how you create an adaptive family. Now this is a tight one, so we're going to have to change these in the type selector. So you see there's our 2. Which was our galvanized, and then we had the other. So anyway, this is part 2 of the adaptive family. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like it or make any comments that you want to know or have about adaptive families. Anyway, bye until next time.